authorities have initiated a multi-state manhunt for William Butcher.
If anyone spots William Butcher or any of his known associates, Marvin Milk, Hugh Campbell, or this man, please call 1-888-0-CRIME.
The world still needs superheroes. So let's get out there. Let's take these cocksuckers down.
We are famous now.
Don't you worry. Daddy's home. I know we've been through some shit together. But this is a fucking mess. And we're the most wanted lads in the country.
So what's your big plan?
You'll love it.
I won't love it. I never love it. Never fucking love it.
Noted.
Ain't you twits lucky that I showed up?
Hey everyone, we're back with another episode of Fantasy Theory, where we'll once again be covering Amazon's hit show, The Boys. The full trailer for Season 2 was released last week, and the season is expected to be released sometime in September. That means it's recap and prediction time. The Boys Season 1 ended on some pretty huge cliffhangers, and like any good show, left us wanting more. In the final episode of the season, Billy Butcher thinks he's got Homelander figured out, and tries to leverage Madelyn's life to achieve Homelander's compliancy. However, in spite of Homelander's obvious complex and strange attraction towards Stillwell, he still ends up burning his lasers through her eyes when he finds out that she had been lying to him about Becca, Billy Butcher's former wife, for years. When Stillwell is killed by Homelander, Billy Butcher's plan falls to pieces, and he's left face to face with the crooked supe. With no other option, Butcher pulls the trigger on the explosive strapped to Stillwell. Boom. But just when we think that Billy's dead, he wakes up on a beautiful green lawn in a suburban neighborhood. He opens his eyes and Homelander approaches him with a huge grin on his face. "Time to get up. Come on. You're gonna love this," he says. It's at this point that it's revealed that Becca and her son, presumably Homelander's, are alive and well, living out their days in some sort of protection program. "I'm your father," says Homelander to the boy, as he strokes his hand through the boy's hair. At this same moment, the boy's eyes glow red, just like his father. It's at this moment that Billy is more confused than ever, staring into the eyes of the wife that he thought had been killed years prior. So, what does this mean for Season 2? First of all, it's hard to imagine how Billy Butcher is going to escape the scenario that he's in. He's completely at Homelander's disposal, and seemingly has no way of getting out of his predicament alive. However, it should be mentioned that, though Homelander hates Billy, as Billy hates him, he does have a weird respect for him. He respects Billy's values, and appreciates that he isn't afraid or submissive of the famous supe, like everyone else is. But when Homelander reveals to Billy that he has a son with his former wife, he's introducing Billy to a fate possibly worse than death. He's tormenting Billy. Non-verbally, he's saying, "Look what I have done," flaunting the son that Billy would have previously longed to have with Becca. For this reason, I think that Homelander is going to let Billy go. I think he's going to say, "Run along," and I think that it's going to be a huge mistake on Homelander's part, as Billy will come back for him, more vengeful than ever. But the end of the season left us asking more than just what's going to happen to Billy Butcher. In the final episode, we also see A-Train break down with a heart attack, Starlight's motivations change, and the Deep gets a makeover. A-Train seems to live his life at 50,000 miles per hour, or 1,000 miles per hour to be exact. His addictive personality and need for speed led to his increasingly high consumption of Compound V, which we suspect led to the heart attack at the end of the episode. However, is this the end of A-Train? Probably not. First of all, he doesn't die on screen, which means that it's almost entirely likely that he'll be back. Additionally, A-Train showed us earlier on in the season that rapid healing is one byproduct of Compound V. So in my opinion, I think that it's unlikely that the heart attack would be powerful enough to counteract the effects of the drug. So, will we see A-Train in Season 2? I think so. In the final episode, we also see Annie January, aka Starlight, change loyalties when she defends Huey and the boys from A-Train. What does this mean for her character? Is she one of the boys now? Is she out of the 7?
It's unclear what will happen to Starlight, as if A-Train survives, he will likely point fingers at her, and if he dies, then the Seven will question why A-Train was seen with her in his last moments. In the finale, Queen Maeve tells Starlight to be original, which to me suggests that Starlight may just go off and do her own thing altogether. She genuinely wants to be a hero, she wants to save people, and if she stays with Vought, then this can only be achieved on a superficial level. Furthermore, if she joins the boys, her objectives will be predefined, and there'll be an expectation for her to help them with their mission, which may not be in alignment with Starlight's own motivations. If she truly wants to be original, then she may have to take matters into her own hands, at least for a while. Lastly, there is the matter of the Deep. Throughout the first season, the Deep is tossed aside and not taken seriously by anyone. Our first impression of him is pretty bad, to put it lightly, and his self-appointed title of number 2, after Homelander, is comical. When a few of his personal projects go awry, he's placed on a sabbatical from the Seven, and is sent to Sandusky, Ohio, where the likelihood of him saving someone is practically nil. In the last episode, Deep is clearly unable to tolerate his circumstances any longer, and we see his character in some sort of transformative state. Staring at himself in the mirror, he begins shaving off all of the hair on his body, effectively giving the absurdly PG Aquaman a slightly rougher look. My expectation is that this rougher look alludes to the sort of behavior that we can expect from him in Season 2. Recognizing that Vought no longer takes him seriously, I think that he's going to go off the deep end and start making his own decisions, taking on his own missions, whatever and whenever he wants. We'll have more videos on the boys coming soon, but that's it for now. What do you guys think? What are your predictions for Season 2? Let us know down in the comment section below.